My dad used to say I'd thank him for it someday. I'm 30 now, and I still haven't. When I was 14, he decided I needed to learn the value of money after he lost his job to a layoff. So he started charging me rent, 14 years old, and I owed him $150 a month to sleep in the room I'd had since I was born. He said if I didn't pay, my stuff would go in the garage until I did. I got a job at a grocery store stocking shelves on weekends. Minimum wage, maybe 12 hours a week. Most of my check went straight to him. I told myself it was fine, that I was building towards something. He said once I turned 18, I'd be on my own anyway, so I'd better get used to paying my way. What I didn't know was that he wasn't just taking my rent money. He was also taking my tips from the birthday cards. Every relative who slipped me 20 bucks for my birthday or Christmas, he'd ask to hold on to it for safekeeping and put it in an account he controlled. He told me it was building interest. I believed him for years. The week before my 18th birthday, I asked him about that account. I wanted to know how much I had, because I'd already picked out a used car I wanted to buy so I could get to community college classes. He got quiet, then told me the account had been absorbed into household expenses 2 years earlier, when his hours got cut again. There was nothing left, not even close to nothing, actually negative, because apparently he'd also used my information to open a store credit card that had gone to collections. On my actual birthday, he sat me down and told me it was time I stood on my own 2 feet, same as his father had told him. He'd already cleared out the garage space he used to threaten me with and put a folding cot in there with 2 duffel bags of my clothes. He said I could stay 1 more week while I figured things out, but that was it. I spent that week calling everyone I could think of. My aunt, his sister, picked up on the 3rd try. I'd barely spoken to her in years because my dad always said she was a bad influence. She let me stay in her spare room, no questions asked, and helped me sort out the credit card mess with a lawyer friend of hers. It took almost 2 years to get it off my record. I worked 2 jobs through community college, transferred to a state school, and built a career in logistics. I didn't call my dad. Not for his birthday, not for holidays, nothing. My aunt became the person I called instead. 12 years went by. Then I got a message from a cousin saying my dad had been asking around for my number. He was 61. His second wife had left him, and he'd been let go from his job again. This time permanently. Age discrimination probably, but also probably because by every account he'd stopped showing up on time. He was behind on his mortgage and wanted to know if he could stay with me for a bit while things stabilize. I called him back. First time in 12 years. He answered like nothing had happened, asked how I'd been, then got to the point fast. He needed somewhere to land, just temporarily, and family should help family. I asked him if he remembered the account. He laughed it off, said that was a different time and he'd done what he had to. I asked if he remembered the cot in the garage. He said I was being dramatic, that plenty of kids had it worse. I told him no. I told him I hoped he had savings, or a friend, or literally anyone else, because I wasn't going to be the safety net he never built for me. He started yelling about respect, about how I owed him for raising me. I said the math on that had been settled a long time ago with interest and hung up. A few months later, my cousin told me he was renting a room from a guy he used to work with, doing odd jobs to cover it. Part of me expected to feel something, guilt maybe, or some flicker of the kid who used to want his approval. I didn't feel anything. I think that's when I knew I was actually free.